Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're basically putting on our director's hats because we're looking at a tech announcement that honestly feels way less like a standard press release and a lot more like a Hollywood blockbuster trailer. We're going to dive deep into this intense, highly cryptic new teaser from Univex, breaking down literally every thrilling detail of their upcoming launch. Now, if you've been following the digital space for a while, you know just how absolutely crucial pacing and messaging are right before a massive drop. And let me tell you, this teaser is an absolute masterclass in building cinematic hype. So instead of just sitting here reading off a boring list of software patches, we're going to unpack the underlying narrative. We want to see exactly what they're signaling to the broader market and why it's generating so much insane momentum right now.
All right, let's jump right in. They open cold with this dramatic hook that immediately establishes some massive stakes. Something big is coming, complete with a blaring siren. You know, in the tech and investor community, a cold open like this is explicitly designed to plunge everyone straight into high alert. It just cuts completely through the daily noise of your routine updates and minor patch notes. It's kind of like the digital equivalent of the lights dimming in a movie theater right before that first booming sound effect hits. They aren't trying to ease us in with a gentle introduction, right? They're grabbing the audience by the collar and commanding your close attention. It sets this crazy tone of urgency from the very first frame.
And then, they brilliantly leverage a totally classic cinematic trope, the ticking clock. By pairing the official countdown with the imagery of an hourglass, the suspense just instantly ratchets up. We're put on the clock. It takes what could be a really vague, open-ended promise and transforms it into an imminent, high-stakes reality. For a focused learner or an investor tracking a project's timeline, this is literally the exact moment you clear your schedule. It signals that time is ticking toward a monumental drop and the window to prepare is rapidly closing. The anticipation isn't just implied anymore, it's actively being measured down to the actual second.
Now notice how they explicitly draw a line on the sand here. On one side we have the totally mundane, just another update. We've all seen those, right? The routine bug fixes, slight UI tweaks, everyday network maintenance. But on the right, they command us to look past those standard patches and prepare for a major evolution. This is a massive signal. It points to a fundamental system-wide transformation. From an analytical perspective, they are aggressively managing our expectations by explicitly telling us what this is not. By contrasting a totally boring update with a massive evolution, they're setting the stage for a complete paradigm shift in how their network infrastructure actually operates.
Okay, so the scope now explodes to true blockbuster proportions. By promising a sweeping, epic shift that will redefine the Univex Network experience, the whole narrative elevates way beyond mere software mechanics. When you hear phrases like redefine the experience and exciting new chapter, you aren't just talking about raw code or back-end architecture anymore. No, you're talking about legacy, user adoption, and major community impact. It frames the impending upgrade as this grand narrative journey that every single developer, user, and stakeholder is about to embark on together. It gives what is essentially a technological leap, a really deeply human, community-centric focus.
That brings us right to Section 1, the core upgrades, or as they call it, the 4 pillars of evolution. Let's rapid fire through these mechanics and see what's actually driving this transformation.